My good friends of YouTube, we're back again. What are we back with? We're back with another testimonial, another review, another experience, another journey from one of my reps. There's a big thing I want to cover as well. Um, Kind of like a mini flex and I suppose standards of what it takes to win in sales and the kind of personality you want to be surrounded by. So I've noticed recently there's a lot of other people you could say that are trying to pursue the same thing where they're supporting our coaching reps and they rely on vanity metrics as opposed to actual winning metrics. And there's a lot of people that see not that I'm the whole creator, but I'll dive into this in a little bit in a moment, for some more clarity. But, like, there's a lot of people just kinda repeating going through requesting my free stuff and then going out there and repeating it to their other students. That's not good. The reason that's not good because it doesn't come from you. It's not like who you are as a person. You're taking the whole of somebody else's concept and just putting it in just saying, "Hey, this is it." It's kinda just like copy and paste. Like, that doesn't actually mean you're good as a coach. You just copy and paste it. Now, I've learned from other people. Yes, that's very fucking important. But what I'll bring you through is a quick story of like my own personal experiences and how I put my own personality, my own genuine beliefs, and my own approach into sales. Everybody that I've learned from is just taking all those skills and just adding it to my experiences, to my personality, or just being able to increase that little bit of adaptability into my conversations. Whereas everybody else is just copy and paste and just straight copy and paste. That's not how you be a coach. You be a coach through your own personal experiences and your own personal learnings and your own personal development. That's how you actually become a good coach. And I think that's a good insight to like why we consistently pump out testimonial after testimonial after testimonial like this motherfucker here, this with a champagne cannon. That's why we have the ability to do that because it comes from me as a person and what I've experienced through winning in sales. So I wanted to share you something. What I'm also going to share with you is a quick free training. But if you stick around, what I'll do is if you message me on Instagram, just saying training, and I'll send over a complete free call. I'll walk you through how I took somebody from highly skeptical, heavy in procrastination to full-time buyer. So I'll share that with you as well. If you stick around, make sure you message me training. But I wanted to just go through this document really, really quickly. So if we go through this and then I'll run you through the testimonial itself. So there's win versus vanity. So some of the main things that I want to focus on as a coach is results, income, because at the end of the day, you're here to make money. You're not here to go away and say, oh, my close rate increased 20%. That means nothing. Like when coaches post results of like, oh, he increased his close rate from 30% to 70%. Fucking well done. How do you know he's not basically just reduced the amount of cash he's collecting per call and then his close rate increased? What happens to his cash collection? What happens to his commissions? Didn't reflect that, did you? So the main things that I want to focus on results, income, skills, and environment. With your skills, I want to make sure that the conversations you're having improve tenfold and you're collecting more money. And then your environment, I want to surround you. I'm very particular about who I coach, very particular. And I'll run through some of the people that the type of person I want to work with. I'm very particular about who I work with and the type of people I enroll. Why? Because I want you to be in a circle of high performers. I suppose you could call it an inner circle of high performers. Because once you open up into a new environment of other people collecting tremendous amount of money in a single day, it will completely rewire your way of thinking to realize that you're settling for less than you can. So I'll walk you through that in a moment as well. Here's what's most important. I hold myself to high standards in my life so I can hold you to yours. Everything that I expect from you, I do myself in my own life. My reputation is like so, so important to me. Now, if I bring you in, I want to make sure I give you the right skills, I put you on the right opportunities. So when people hear my name, they know I fucking stand on some really good business. The results you see here are a reflection of my experiences, my efforts, and my intention to see you succeed. Everything that you'll learn from me, everything that you'll see from me is based on my experiences, my journey, and my success that I've had, so I can instill that into you. So these are some of the main things that I look for when you enroll to my particular program and my coaching. So I wanna see a strong mentality. I want your open and willingness to be able to be coached. Based on you may have learned something over here, that's fucking great. But I wanna show you how you can learn this over here. Your attitude. Like, are you in a place of like you wanna be on calls? You willing to do whatever it takes to win? Because that's what it requires from you to win in sales. Responsibility. So I like to make sure that my intentions are solely to help you, support you. But there comes a point in this game, especially in sales, where you have to take heavy responsibility and take control of your own situation. If you're not on an offer, something happened with an offer, the lead flow went down. The last thing I expect from you is to come into my program and be like, hey, can you just do this? Can you do this? No, that's not going to help you succeed. That's going to put you in a loser's mentality. So again, it comes back to mentality. I want to make sure you're in a good mentality, you're willing to take control of your situation and be like, hey, my lead flow went down. So I went out and went and found another offer. Perfect. The best people that come to me are the people that don't need babying. They just come straight in, they get to fucking work, and they get the results. That's it. Because everything is laid out for you on a silver platter. Speed to execution. There's many people that come in here, they learn one thing, and they go out and execute. And by reflection of that is the result returns. Those are the people that I want to work with every single time. Because you're good for the community, and you're good for me to work with, and you get the result. So it's a win-win either way. So I made a post recently, and this is what I wanted to speak about before. So people that aren't authentic to them and they just copy and paste everything doesn't work. That's why the results are so low, and that's why my results are so high. So I posted this on Instagram the other day. So it was about breaking limitations in sales calls. Seems to be like the new fancy standout, but you can't actually fake it. Now, yes, I did learn from Kyle So. Kyle So allowed me to become more advanced at this. Before I met Calso, I was already doing this. I was already implementing this into my calls. Within the first 5 minutes, I was already targeting and eliminating fear in the first 5 minutes of my call. That's exactly what I was doing, even from 2023. And that was 4 months into the game, because that's already the type of person I was outside of sales. So it's exactly who I am inside of sales. So every coach that tries and instills and copies this way, it just won't work because it didn't come from them. It comes from me. Then another thing as well is, like, I've been able to do this and back to results every single time. So 5 days into a new month, $15,000 up already, $15,000 in commissions, 5 days into the new month. Woke up to a $73,000 day. This is the kind of results that I was experiencing through my journey in high-ticket sales. I promise you now, there's very limited people that can back these kind of results in the time frame that I've been in sales. The speed to execution, again, the mentality, the attitude, the environment that I was putting myself in. $60,000 by 10 a.m. These are just reoccurring days. $100,000 cash collected in the past few days. So like 50 grand a day. All these results come from being on sales calls. What I coach is everything that got me to these commissions. $39,000, so $40,000 in the first 13 days of September. I was posting my own sales calls back in 2024. I can't remember what day it was, but I was already doing exactly what I implement today. Cheat code to close more deals. Join STS. Fire so you never want to hit record months. So here's one thing that I want to focus on. So winning versus vanity. I'm not here to post for vanity. I'm not here to post for, hey, look, my closer pumped his close rate to 20%. I don't fucking care. What I care about is you winning. It's all that matters. It's what you're here for. It's why you pay money. It's why you invest money, so you can get better and make more money. Nothing else, everything else is irrelevant. I don't even know what my close rate at any given point was. All I cared was the numbers on the board and the commission that I collected, and helping people, of course. So Seb Bowman, 4K to 23K. Thomas O'Rourke, 4K to 27.8K. 3 to 30K, 6 to 20. Well, he actually did 25K last month, so 6 to 25K. He actually did 21K this month, 4 to 21K, 7 to 31K, 6 to 30K, 15 to 40K. Doesn't matter whatever level you're at, I don't give a fuck. It's not about improving your sales skills. It's about improving who you are as a person and developing you and your way of thinking. That's exactly how we get these results every time. And see, there's a consistency behind it. These two motherfuckers actually made more money. So the reason we're able to do this is because we've taken them through a process. So it's I Am Mind and the inception. So I Am Mind, so that's like your mentality and attitude and how to view sales calls from a different lens. Then the essentials. This is just the basics dialed in. This is what we make you go through in the first 30 days so you can get absolutely dialed in. Then you'll have access to my own personal sales calls, because that's how, like, you want to see somebody else do it so you can so you know how to do it yourself. So there you go. These are just some of the results that we fucking got. This is just basically a flex at the end of the day. Like here, we took a 9 to 5er straight into 8.5K commissions, 9.5K in commissions, should I say. Kieran left his 9 to 5 to go 11K a month. Ben Maitland, first month on a trading offer, came to me, first month 20K in commissions. He did 21K in commissions last month as well. Jason, my good friend. So what happened with Jason is, Jason's a funny story. I'll go into that in a moment. Like, this is the network that I'm talking about. This is the community. Sam, 21K. Jason, 17K. James, 5K on the day. Adam Suley, 25K in commissions. Eladio, 21K in commissions. Rodrigo, 19K in commissions. Oliver, 18K, about 19K in commissions. I've seen a couple of communities. This is by far the best. Bravo. That's not the first time I've heard that either. Milo, who we're actually going to cover on this interview here. First full month, 345k cash collected, 24k in commissions. Jason, again, honored to be in this program, fucking stoked. Okay, so I'll elaborate on Jason. So Jason was good. Now, he was in a rut for the past 7 days, so we booked a one-to-one. He wasn't in my program yet. We actually booked a random one-to-one, and then the moment that we wrapped up that one-to-one, he went from 7k in a month to 18. He finished up at $18,000, $724 for the month, straight after our one-to-one in 3 weeks. Speed to execution, network, skills, authenticity, genuine care to help. Makes all the fucking difference. That's why we back it every single month. I've not even been here a week, and I can honestly say this is one of the best sales communities I've been in. I've been in 4 besides this one, not just because Kurt's content is top notch, but because of the engagement from all the members in here. First overall, wrapped up 7k comms in a day. $100,000 PIF. That's not the first time we've had that in this community as well. This is the bunch of my sales calls that we have in here. And then you can see this guy, highly skeptical. And this is like 6 minutes into the conversation. And we're already being this direct because that's what it takes to get people out the wrong way. So I just want to show you the small clip, and if you request training, I'll send it over to you.
But usually I would look into it down the road, or I started learning to do it beforehand, but just realizing that it wasn't really all it was cracked out to be for each thing that I got hyped up on.
How many other courses have you invested in, if I can ask?
Probably at least 4.
Okay, so you've invested in 4 courses, and what you're telling me is not a single one of them. Every single one of them was a scam, and not one of them worked.
Suppose some of them could have worked. I just didn't feel like they were the right fit.
If you send me training on Instagram, I'll send you all that full conversation. But like that's 6 minutes into the conversation. This is what nobody will teach you that. Nobody will teach that way of thinking, that way to lead, that way to guide, that way to navigate, that way to fucking be direct. Because that is genuinely what it takes to help people. Because they're going to fall into their own excuses. But until you have the conversation, before the very direct conversation that they need to hear, that's exactly how people win. So there you go. And then what we're going to do now, going to go into Milo's testimonial. He's going to share his experiences. I'm off. I'm out. See that. What was your experience outside of sales, particular like online remote sales? What was your experience with that?
I've jumped around to a lot of different offers. Haven't had as much success with the online space as I hoped up until very recently.
Do you mind sharing what kind of money you were making before?
The best I did online was about 11k. I'd had some very good success in face-to-face, but again, even with the face-to-face sales, still struggled a lot with. And then came into the mentorship, and I hit 24k this month USD.
The point is, to collect that amount of cash requires a lot of fucking work and a lot of skill.
Invest in mentorship, invest in yourself. It's obviously scary. You're always going to have that niggling thought in the back of your head that tells you not to do it. Just back yourself.
Yes, we're back once again. Literally once again with another testimonial. Can you fucking believe it? There's still many more that I still haven't done and should have done and will do eventually down the line. But I think it's just a reflection of how fast we've moved up as a group, as a community, and the kind of results that we're getting. So today I'm going to introduce you to someone very, very cool. Before this gentleman joined STS, there was a bit of a crazy moment with, he had an experience of jumping on another sales call for another coach, and then I saw the video and they were basically, he was being objection handled on this and this and this, and he was very uncertain himself, so he came to me in the DMs, and pretty sure I kind of just give him some strong advice or direct advice that was kind of maybe played with him, and he decided to become decisive and make the decision. Now he's been with us for maybe around 2 months, and he's just taken his first month on a new offer, brand new offer. He's going to share with you his results. So I'm going to welcome in a good friend, cool guy, Mr. Milo.
How you doing, bro?
I'm all right. How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Yeah, I'm good.
So like I mentioned, I wanted to allow Milo to come into the call. I'll let him introduce his experiences, his journey, and then if he wants to share his story, feel free to do so, because it might. A quote that's kind of landed pretty well with me before STS is, be the guy that you needed back in a place of doubt, fear, and uncertainty. So there's probably somebody out there that would relate to your story and find it really powerful to hear your experiences. So feel free to share them, feel free to not share them. It's up to you. But my good friend, feel free to
to
introduce yourself.
Yes, my name is Milo. Nice to meet you all. virtually. I've been in the sales game for about 7 years. The last couple of years in the online space, I started off selling bar crawls, boat parties, and then went to solo, and then moved to the moved to the online space because it's the way forward. Joined a mentorship a couple months ago, and it's been an absolute game changer for sure.
Sure. What was your like experience outside of sales, particular like online remote sales? What was your experience with that before coming in?
A bit shaky, yeah, a little bit shaky. Not particularly consistent. I've jumped around to a lot of different offers, and yeah, I haven't had as much success with the online space as I hoped up until very recently.
What do you mind sharing? Like, what kind of money you were making before? Like, how? Because you mentioned it was not very consistent or not very consistent. What was your experience like before with money and stuff and commissions?
I had the best I did online was about 11K. I'd had some very good success in face to face, but again, even with the face to face sales, still struggled a lot with. And then yeah, came into the mentorship and I hit 24K this month USD.
So, but let's take the previous. Let's call it like the previous 3 months before you joined. What were you making around about then?
Yeah, the biggest month I did was 11K, but I was out of work for
Okay.
couple months before I joined.
Okay. And then so you were making 11K before, and now just last month well, in fact, what's more important is you made how much? Well, you collected how much cash?
345K.
Okay. And then you made how much?
$62 off 24K. So let's just round it off and call it 24 to keep it easy.
Okay. So 24K. So you previously made 11K, then you went on to make 24K in comms since you've been in the group. But more importantly, what people need to understand is the fact that you collected 340K in cash.
Yes.
Now, if you were on 10% comms, you would made over 30K comms. But the point is, to collect that amount of cash requires a lot of fucking work and a lot of skill. So that in itself is actually a really good fucking point to make, which most people would kind of pass by, but they don't actually realize how much work it takes to make 350K in cash straight up.
Yeah. 2 days off for the month. So I worked 29 days and just worked all day, every day.
Sure. And the 24K in comms, like, that's really fucking good. What would you say is, I know you shared a message, which I can pop on the screen. You shared a message inside the community itself. What would you say is a reflection that gave you the ability to be able to make those commissions in last month? And don't say it just to please me. I want you to have like a nice perspective around it.
I'll never do that. Just the understanding of the sales call that has come through the training that you've offered, I think is very easy to overcomplicate a sales call and overthink and not really understand what you're trying to achieve in the conversation. Achieve for both parties, not just for you, also for the client, of course. And yeah, I'd say just a general understanding for a conversation and how to help the customer and how to allow them to see things from a different perspective to get out their own way and actually put themselves in a better position to succeed.
That's
I
good.
always looked at objections and just things like that. Like it's not actually a battle. You know, you come into a sales call. I think a lot of people come into a sales call and they think it's a major battle, us against them. It's going to be hard. It's going to be painful. But if you approach it the right way, ask the right questions, understand that every conversation is going to be different, and you allow them to dictate where the conversation is going to go, and you just help them see it from the correct perspective, then it makes it very easy for you to help them make a change.
Do you mind sharing this? Because I think it's it's a bit of a funny story. Like, before you came here, I know you jumped on another sales call, right? You jumped on another sales call. What was your thought process on like that sales call compared to making the decision here? What was it that made you shift that decision?
It was more the style that you have to sell. Like, it genuinely appealed to me, just the way that you approach the sales calls. And it was I don't know how to describe it. It's just it's a very like real way of selling. It's just very genuine.
Yeah,
Which massively,
I get that a lot. So I'm always curious, like because I just try and go through a sales call with like who I am as a person. So, and I don't know if that's rare in the space. I would imagine it shouldn't be that rare, but I think for most coaches or most people that try and sell, it's not really authentic. And I think a lot of people, when they watch my YouTube and stuff like that, it strikes them really well because it's like, fuck, this is pretty raw. So that was kind of the thing that helped you or encouraged you to be able to like, you know what, I want to kind of move over to that and figure out how I can sell that way.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. I mean, it makes the whole process way more fun when it's
It is fun. It should be fucking fun. The ability to be able to help someone and actually have a conversation that they never had before. It should be fucking fun. You should be enjoying that.
I agree. I agree.
That was really powerful though, Milo. Thank you. I know I said a few words, but like before the conversation, before we started recording. But again, like if you wanted to share, I don't know, this is entirely up to you. If you wanted to share like a personal story that might help somebody else make a decision that could better them, feel free. You don't have to share the full thing, but if you could encourage someone to make a decision that would better them, how would you say it?
Don't be a pussy, back yourself. I'm joking. Well, actually, nah, back yourself. But yeah, genuinely, I think when you make a decision, like whatever, to invest in mentorship, invest in yourself, it's obviously scary. You're always going to have that niggling thought in the back of your head that tells you not to do it. Yeah, just back yourself. How can you expect your prospects to make a decision that you wouldn't make?
I fucking love that one. Closers should know better. I fucking love it when people do that. So fucking true though. Like if you want your prospects to do something, at least fucking back it yourself. So there you go. Famous words from my main man Milo. I should put that on a fucking t-shirt. STS.
Fuck yeah,
You
man.
don't. Yeah. Well done, bro. It's a good reflection of like your commitment, your decisiveness, and the work that you want to put in. So I appreciate you, bro. A lot of respect, and I'm proud of what you've done in a short space. That was your first month on that offer as well, wasn't it? First month.
Yeah, first month. Yeah. No, I appreciate you, Kurt. Big up. It's been very helpful.
You just saying that just because I'm here.
I'm not, I promise.
Well, there you have it. How can people find you if they're looking to watch some of your content, maybe, or to do just want to do online, anything like that? How can people? If you want them to find you, you can just tell them to go away.
Stop stalking me, yeah. Right, hit up the Instagram. Yeah, I'm gonna make an Instagram, but I don't have a work one yet, so that's incoming.
Fair. Well, there you go, ladies and gents. The main man, Milo. It's been a pleasure. He'll keep crushing it. He always will. He's surrounded by the right people, and he's got the right mentality to go out there and crush it. 340k in cash collection, 1 month, 24k in comms, easy peasy lemon squeezy. You don't get that very often, so there you go. I mean, man, well done.
That's good. Thank you.